My name is Storey Squires. I'm 62 years old. Today's date is February 24th, 2023. We're at Providence Mount Vincent, and my relationship to Julie is that we are coworkers, co-volunteers, and friends.
I am Julie Fluke, age 59. Today is the 24th of February, 2023, here in beautiful Seattle, Washington on a sunny day. I am a volunteer.
I know that you've been a fabulous official volunteer since 2010, I believe. It's over 10 years, and you became a volunteer when you were already involved here.
Right. I was working nearby for a large coffee company when I had a phone call from a friend who was employed by the Mount as an event coordinator. She was busy coordinating all the Christmas tree designers for this annual auction event. One of the designers had dropped out, so she knew of my craft skills and asked if I would be a designer. And I said, sure, why not? And that is how my almost 20-year relationship with the Mount began. And from being the tree designer, it just led to meeting the different staff members and involvement with the foundation, and then realizing that my true passion was with the residents. Fundraising is absolutely critical. It's that connection that I was able to get with the residents has been the motivator for my continued journey.
I just remember you were motivated enough to take the training to become a volunteer, and then I think you came pretty much once a week after a hard day at work.
The foundation board was educational. I could bring some of my professional skills and working with the different board members and partnering with the foundation team to really drive at what was critical and important for the Mount. For me, the board was great.
I don't know the board's role in detail except that you meet and advise and make
Prioritize and make recommendations.
do the big fundraisers. I remember during COVID, you repotted plants.
Yeah.
And, you were thinking, would this make the Mount more of a home?
Right. Do you need plants? Maybe not. But would it make it better? Sure. So why not? It's so many things that make this place open to that. And that's what I've always appreciated, is being a place where I can give in whatever way. And it's always appreciated.
I seem to remember being at a resident's funeral with you. And I think this resident was so classic in that she needed help with something that she struggled with. A lot of volunteers helped her. It was organization, letting go of stuff. Were there times when volunteering with people when it was challenging?
Yeah, because we all face that. We may not want help. We may not need help. And being able to accept that as a volunteer, not be offended if the help isn't needed, but also knowing maybe sometimes when you have to push a little bit to break through that resistance and help explain why and the purpose and the intent of this help that's trying to be given. It's hard. They come from a generation where stuff is important. They want to keep everything, and our rooms can't accommodate that. So trying to help them understand and prioritize and try and help them guide through better organization,
right,
for lack of a better word. It's just something that I think is important and is maybe easier coming from a volunteer than it is an actual staff member.
You were very supportive to that particular resident. It's just really a beautiful human-to-human thing when somebody else can step in.
I didn't grow up with grandparents, so having elders is something of a novelty. Just wasn't something that I was accustomed to. But I will say, having worked in hospitality, that is where I really learned the value of elder populations.
Yes.
And having worked as a bus driver in Alaska and on cruise ships, I really learned the art of patience. And so I think that's kind of played into flash forward volunteering here. It's a cruise ship of sorts. We're not going to adventurous places.
Yes.
Although there was one resident that I used to really have a good friendship with, that we would travel using the maps in her room that were on the back of her door. It's that same concept. We're in this community together, much like a ship. You've got food, you've got different cultures, you have different environments.
Yes.
But we're all in it together.
I feel like I need to ask some question I'm struggling a bit with. What does the Mount mean to the community?
It's funny, when I tell people that I'm a volunteer here, they're all like, yeah, I know that. That's a big building, right? And to a lot of the world, it's a big building in West Seattle. To me, I feel so lucky and blessed to know that it's more than the building.
Right.
It's so much more.